Hello, I'm Rich Hardaway, and I want to welcome you to Your Financial Future. I'm sitting here with some rather distressing news that I'm sure many of you have read about already. Here's the news. Recently, 17 banks fail in January. Doesn't sound too good. In Newsweek, we've got savings and loans. 650 savings and loans are in a bit of trouble with a potential of $33 billion in FSLIC losses. A giant American savings and loan states that they exceeded their goal of selling $600 million worth of properties, disposing of $750 million worth of in 1986. And also, here's another one. It says the withered FSLIC insurance fund is down to less than $2 billion and expected to run dry in a matter of months if action is not taken. It looks like we've got a lot of trouble, but we have a gentleman with us today, Dante Perano, who has a solution to this that can not only help our foundering financial institutions, our economy, but also ourselves. I'd like to introduce Dante Perano. Dante, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Now,
it's nice to be here, Rich.
This is heavy stuff.
Yes, it's certainly
very heavy stuff, and I think we should all be concerned. Before we get into how this might be remedied, maybe you could tell us a little something about yourself and something about your company.
Absolutely. It all started, Rich, in 1975 when I was a manager of a beneficial finance company. And I also participated in the insurance business. In 1976, I went into real estate, and I was a general real estate broker for a number of years. But I discovered something, that most of the people that were making money in real estate were not making money buying properties at retail prices. They were making money buying properties at wholesale prices. Now, I know you've recited some rather tragic situations that are taking place today in our banking industry. I come from a real estate background, and I've never seen such incredible opportunities for the average person to go out and buy real estate at wholesale prices than right today.
Now, what do you mean by wholesale prices? What is
well, bear in mind that these institutions, banks, savings and loans, and what have you, absolutely they're in trouble. And the reason that they're going to get out of trouble is they're going to start selling their asset basis. For example, you mentioned that one of the large savings and loans sold $725 million in assets. We see that Bank of America right now is targeting selling $7 and $8 billion in assets. And what this equates to is these assets are real estate. And how do you sell real estate fast if you want to dispose of it?
Discount.
Absolutely. You're
like
gonna
sell anything.
That's right. You're going to have to discount those properties. What we do, Financial Services of America and myself, I travel around the United States and I teach people how to deal in the REO investment market.
Okay, now what does REO mean?
Yeah, I know. And most people that attend our seminars think the same thing.
Yeah.
What exactly does REO mean? It means real estate owned. These are properties that have gone through the foreclosure process. They've gone through the sale. They've been repossessed by banks, savings and loans, and finance companies. And what we're teaching people how to do is buy this real estate directly from those institutions, especially the ones, Rich, that are in trouble.
They are desperately in need of getting rid of that property.
Absolutely.
So they're perfectly willing to sell at a discount. How can, an average person get involved in this? I think that's what our viewers are interested in.
Right, and that's the reason that I'm trying to bring this message across throughout the nation. Please come down to one of our seminars and listen to me explain exactly how the average person can benefit by buying these properties at wholesale prices. Bear in mind one thing, Rich. You don't have to pay retail for real estate. There is an opportunity available right today where you can buy real estate at wholesale prices and build in incredible equity positions at the time you close the escrow. You could turn around and sell them the day after you close escrow, and you could put a lot of money in your pocket almost instantaneously. In fact, I'll tell you something, Rich. In the last 2 weeks, I put over $130,000 in my pocket doing exactly what I teach people in these seminars for free.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to come back in just a moment after we look in depth at what you teach these people. We'll take a break.
Attend a free lecture and land auction with Dante Perano this Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Arden Way West, Sacramento. You'll learn how to identify and purchase repossessed real estate from financial institutions at 70% of fair market value. How to finance real estate through his investor networking system. How to use raw land in achieving your real estate goals. How to sell your investment properties and save thousands of dollars. Guest speakers will include Albert Lowry, international financier and dean of real investments, and he'll show you how to multiply your money through leverage and finding a hidden fortune in foreclosures. John N. Beck, real estate attorney and land auctioneer, will show you how to buy at foreclosure auctions such as mortgage foreclosures, tax sales, and real estate owned by lenders. And he will conduct a land auction of some of these distressed properties at the end of each seminar. Don't miss these exciting free lectures. Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Arden Way West, Sacramento. The only thing standing in your way to financial independence and security could be the right information.
We're back with Your Financial Future, talking to Dante Perano. And Dante, we talked about discounts. Now, can you give me an example? For instance, a $100,000 house.
Yeah,
what could somebody buy?
Right, a $100,000 house. But let me give you a better example than that. Here's a sheet that I received from an institution whereby they had 42 residential units. I called this institution on the phone and I said, I'm interested, a real estate investor, interested in purchasing these 42 units. And the institution said to me, are you serious about buying this property today? And I said, yes, I am. They said, well, we were asking $640,000 for these 42 units, but we'll discount the property to $420,000 right here if you'll buy this property today. That's a $220,000 discount if I would act on that property today. And believe me, Rich, this is going on all over the United States. In every major metropolitan city, the problem is that the average person does not have the knowledge or doesn't have the education to go out and participate in this opportunity that exists.
And you can educate them and show them how to do that.
Absolutely I can, and I can also supply them with documentation and names and addresses and phone numbers of all the pertinent people that they need to get in touch with to find out about the different properties that are available. That's what it's all about.
Well, I know a lot of us have driven down these beautiful streets with all these big mansions and thought, well, we'd like to be, we'd like to have one of these beautiful homes too.
Yeah.
Now, how did those people?
This is an interesting thing, Rich, and I'm glad that you brought it up. The average person drives through these real expensive neighborhoods that exist all over the United States, and they're saying to themselves constantly, just like I did when I started out. I started out with no money when I started investing in real estate. And you say to yourself, how can these people possibly afford this big, beautiful home and the fancy cars and the nice clothes and everything else? It's because every one of those people has developed a cookie cutter. Maybe
Cookie cutter.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Right. I call it a cookie cutter. And basically, Rich, what a cookie cutter is it's some way to make money. And what I advise people to do today is don't go out and try to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has already been invented in REO investing. And what a person needs to do is merely concentrate on this opportunity that exists and go out and do it over and over and over again. And before they know it, within a short period of time, they'll be living in one of those real nice houses, driving one of those real nice cars, dressed real nice, and they'll wonder, what happened? Why didn't I think of this before? You know what it is, Rich? It's knowledge, and knowledge is power.
That's right. So they could start with one house, could buy at a big discount.
Right.
And they could sell that house.
Right.
Make a big profit.
Right.
And on and on and on.
And you know, Rich, what we ask people to do is just ask their friends, relatives, parents, anyone that has made money in real estate, ask them how they did it. And they'll tell you the same thing. We bought low, it appreciated, we sold high. Or we bought low and we turned right around immediately and we sold it and we made the profit. That's how you get wealthy in real estate. Buy low, sell high. Where do you find wholesale properties? Well, I'll guarantee you one thing, Rich. You're not going to find wholesale properties by walking into a normal real estate office and asking them what they have available in their multiple listing book. You got to go where there's a situation, a specific situation that exists, very similar to what we're describing right here with FSLIC, FDIC insured institutions such as banks and savings and loans. These investors of today need to zero in on the institutions that are having these problems and see if they can't help them out by buying these assets, and these assets are the real estate that they have on their books today.
And those institutions are waiting with open arms, right?
Absolutely, the institutions that are having the problems. Now, bear in mind one thing, that the average person that goes out and tries to deal with an institution has no idea which institutions are in trouble and which ones aren't unless they read it in the newspaper lately. But what we do is we supply them with information that documents each one of the institutions and which ones are having the problems and where these opportunities exist so that the average person can go out and take advantage of this incredible opportunity that exists today.
Well, it sounds fantastic. Now, step by step, first of all, they go to one of your seminars.
Right.
And tell us about that. What does it cost?
Right. We give these seminars free of charge. We have a sincere desire to educate American people right now on what's taken place in the financial industries throughout the United States. And we're going to bend over backwards to put these institutions that are having these problems together with the people that are serious about buying these assets, and we'll just act as kind of the medium to make this happen. In other words, allow these people to buy these properties. And that's what we teach in our free seminars, basically. Then, we don't allow anyone to leave that room without giving them specific information on where to go, who to contact, and what to do to acquire these properties. And listen to this. You don't need any money when you come to one of our seminars. You could be completely broke and still be able to participate in this.
Well, how does that work? I mean, how would you do something?
We have what's called a national networking form that people fill out. And what this form describes, Rich, is what you're trying to do. Are you trying to buy a single-family house, maybe just for your family? Are you trying to buy an apartment complex? How much money do you need? How much money do you have to invest? And then what we do when you found an opportunity to buy one of these properties is we partner you up with somebody that has the financial wherewithal. Let's say, for example, if you didn't have a lot of money to work with, but if you had a lot of money to work with, and maybe you were an attorney or a doctor and you're too busy to find these opportunities, we will allow you to participate with somebody that perhaps has the ability. So what we're doing is not only helping people buy real estate from institutions, we're also helping people that may have limited funds partner up with people that have an extreme amount of funds so that they can get the same job done. So this program is good for everybody.
Sounds almost too good to be true.
I know, and you know that's the problem, is people get negatively programmed into thinking when something is really exciting and when they should get involved, then they don't get involved. And what we're encouraging people to do is please come down. I'll spend the time. I'll explain to them exactly how to do it. And when they leave the room at the end of the day, I'll guarantee you one thing. They're going to say, we learned a lot, and we certainly got our money's worth.
Sounds terrific. I think we ought to take a short break and take a look at a little more about one of those seminars.
Okay, Rich.
Attend a free lecture and land auction with Dante Perano this Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Hardaway West, Sacramento. You'll learn how to identify and purchase repossessed real estate from financial institutions at 70% of fair market value. How to finance real estate through his investor networking system. How to use raw land in achieving your real estate goals. How to sell your investment properties and save thousands of dollars. Guest speakers will include Albert Lowry, international financier and dean of real investments, and he'll show you how to multiply your money through leverage and finding a hidden fortune in foreclosures. John Inbeck, real estate attorney and land auctioneer, will show you how to buy at foreclosure auctions such as mortgage foreclosures, tax sales, and real estate owned by lenders. And he will conduct a land auction of some of these distressed properties at the end of each seminar. Don't miss these exciting free lectures. Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Hardaway West, Sacramento. The only thing standing in your way to financial independence and security could be the right information.
Okay, we're talking to Dante Perano about distressed property and what makes it a good investment. Now, Dante, I have a question. We've been reading a lot because of the new tax laws that possibly real estate is not going to be such a good investment. I'd like to hear your arguments on that.
You know, this is really funny. People read about real estate and they automatically think because tax reform that real estate's not favored. They have to understand what the 1987 tax bill said. What it said, basically, was they were going to put a curvature on any investments of apartment complexes and things like this. But as that supply goes down, the demand increases, which is going to make the rents go up. In fact, anyone right now that's a current renter should really be paying attention in becoming a homeowner as soon as possible, because there's no question about it that their rents are going to go up. Also, tax-favored investments, the big write-offs that people used to receive, the doctors and attorneys, those people will be out of the marketplace because real estate is going to be bought and sold for economic values. And that's exactly why we give these seminars, to teach people how to buy properties based on economic values. And also, bear in mind that most real estate investors that own large apartment complexes and things like this are making a lot of money per year, therefore won't receive even the $25,000 tax benefits that the new tax code said that they could receive. And because they don't even receive the $25,000 in benefits, this will assure you that large apartment complex residents' rents will definitely go up. The owners will have no choice. So bear in mind that real estate is still a tax-favored investment, simply because as those rents go up, also the property values go up, and as the property values go up, the investor that owns that property just makes more and more money. It's the old idea of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer syndrome. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the poor guy. Say it's a young couple or one of these renters that we talked about.
Right.
A young couple that just got married. They don't know what to do about getting a house. It's their first home. They're looking for their first home anyway.
Right.
And, you know, what can you do to help them?
Well, this is the thing that I'm trying to bring across to people. Our seminars have no fluff. Our seminars are facts. They're factual data about exactly what's going on today. A person will not waste 10 minutes of their time by coming to one of our seminars, because when they leave, they've been educated for a few hours on exactly what to do, exactly where to go, and how to participate in this program. So that the person that's just starting out, let's say they have no knowledge of real estate, can come to one of our seminars, and in a 2 to 3 hour period, they can walk out with enough knowledge to go out and start buying real estate right away. And if they want their first house, they can go out the afternoon after our seminar or the following morning and buy a house almost instantaneously, just using the principles that we teach at one of our free seminars.
So in other words, they're not going to waste an afternoon listening to a bunch of flack.
This seminar is not like
Absolutely.
maybe another free seminar that they've attended in the past. You know how you always think, well, you don't get something for nothing? I'm giving these people a challenge. I want them to come down and hear what I have to say. And if they don't feel that they got their money's worth, I'll eat their hat, because I give good, solid, factual data. My materials are prepared by attorneys. Our company stands behind these people 100%, and we'll do everything in our power to ensure the success of the people that come out to our seminars and hear about what's going on in today's market.
Dante, you've convinced me.
Well, I'll
But
tell you,
let's,
it's serious, and people need to get serious about their financial affairs. The problem in today's society is the average person cannot retire when they turn 65 years old, and the reason for it is because they don't get the proper education as they're going through their life. In fact, the average person in the United States doesn't even have a financial plan, which we give away for free. This is the whole thing. We're asking people to come down to our seminars, get educated, find out what's going on. Please take a little action and better their lives for themselves and their family. No one needs to live in poverty in the United States. This is the land of opportunity. It's a capitalistic society. We can go as far as we possibly want to go if they're just willing to educate themselves a little bit and learn the answers to the cookie cutter so that they can have financial freedom.
Well, it sounds good. Now, let's get back, though, to, let's say, this first home buyer. How complicated is it going to be for that person?
Absolutely not complicated at all. I outline in a step-by-step method exactly how they make a purchase offer to a person. We supply them with mentors. I even have a panel of attorneys on an 800 phone number, where if they run into a legal complication or something, they can pick up the phone, dial a panel of attorneys, have their question answered, and get right back with processing their contract. I show them how to present the offer, what to say, what not to say, how to fix the property up, the difference between cosmetic work and structural work. I show them how to run their escrows. I show them how to do inspection guides when they're ready to sell the property. I show them how to sell their property themselves and save the real estate commissions. all just in a free seminar. It's all in a 2 to 3 hour period of time. They'll walk out so enlightened on how to make money and how to utilize an existing cookie cutter that's going on today that, believe me, I'll make them a believer.
Okay, now they're also going to have it written down. I know a lot of people go in and they'll take a lot of notes and everything.
That's right.
But you're going to have it outlined. You'll have pamphlets
I
and
want the
information
people that attend our seminar to please bring a paper, bring a pen, take lots of notes. The people that are on our particular seminar are MBAs. These are attorneys, financial planners. The most sophisticated people in the industry travel with me because I have a belief, Rich, and that is you are who you associate with, and you should associate with the very best in the industry. If you're going to give information to people, doggone it, do it with conviction and give them the finest information that's available today with the finest people that are available today, and do it for free. And believe me, there'll be people that will love you forever for supplying them with this type of information for this in this short a period of time.
Well, we've been talking about, obviously, real estate investments. You had some pretty good examples that we talked about earlier. Are those some that,
you know,
really hard facts?
This is something. Real estate is not a risky investment at all. For number one, it's real. And number two is it progressively goes up every single year. And it has been. For example, in 1937, a person could have bought a 16-unit apartment building, for example, in downtown San Francisco for $37,500.
Really?
In 1987, that same apartment complex is $2.25 million.
I wish I'd been there.
That's right. I wish I would have bought that one too. I wasn't born in 1937. But that just goes to show that you don't have to be a person, you know, of great age to make money in this industry. You know, we're in a very information and educational type age where people need to pay attention to what's going on today. Forget about what's happened in the past. They should start planning today for their financial future. And the first way to start planning is to attend one of our seminars and listen to what's going on in today's market so that they can capitalize on this incredible opportunity with dealing with REO properties. There's millions of properties available, Rich.
Sounds fantastic, and we're going to take another look and see how they can get involved.
Okay.
Attend a free lecture and land auction with Dante Perano this Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Hardaway West, Sacramento. You'll learn how to identify and purchase repossessed real estate from financial institutions at 70% of fair market value. How to finance real estate through his investor networking system. How to use raw land in achieving your real estate goals. How to sell your investment properties and save thousands of dollars. Guest speakers will include Albert Lowry, international financier and dean of real investments, and he'll show you how to multiply your money through leverage and finding a hidden fortune in foreclosures. John Inbeck, real estate attorney and land auctioneer, will show you how to buy at foreclosure auctions such as mortgage foreclosures, tax sales, and real estate owned by lenders. And he will conduct a land auction of some of these distressed properties at the end of each seminar. Don't miss these exciting free lectures. Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Hardaway West, Sacramento. The only thing standing in your way to financial independence and security could be the right information.
You're watching Your Financial Future, and we're talking about repossessed property owned by financial institutions which are in difficulty. But the future isn't as gloomy as it seems because we have Dante Perano here with us. And Dante, we have just a few moments here. Why don't you recap what you've so enthusiastically told us today?
I know. I get real excited when I start talking about real estate because real estate's been awful good to me. I started out with nothing, and I built quite an estate by investing in real estate. But the secret to investing in real estate is concentrate your focus on something that makes sense, something that's logical. You don't have to kink things around to make money in real estate. You can do things very straightforward and logically, and that's exactly what Financial Services of America and myself are trying to show people is the right way to do it and make a reasonable profit in a short period of time. And all we're asking people to do is a couple things. Number one, come down and attend one of our seminars and hear what's going on right today and hear how they can better their life. It's their financial future that I'm concerned about. I know where mine is going. And I want them to look at absolutely, let me show you something, Rich. I want them to see the finest real estate materials that have ever been created on investing in REO properties. These books have no fluff. This is the right way to do it. These are the logical, proven ways to make money in real estate. And we're out for one reason, and that's to show the average person how they can get rich just investing in REO properties. Focus their attention into something that makes sense. And we encourage everyone to come down and listen to this lecture because it's so terribly important to them and their families to obtain financial freedom.
Well, Dante, this has been a very illuminating hour, and you've certainly opened my eyes. I want to thank you for being with us, and I want to thank you for joining us for your financial future.
Attend a free lecture and land auction with Dante Perano this Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Arden Way West, Sacramento. You'll learn how to identify and purchase repossessed real estate from financial institutions at 70% of fair market value. How to finance real estate through his investor networking system. How to use raw land in achieving your real estate goals. How to sell your investment properties and save thousands of dollars. Guest speakers will include Albert Lowry, international financier and dean of real investments, and he'll show you how to multiply your money through leverage and finding a hidden fortune in foreclosures. John N. Beck, real estate attorney and land auctioneer, will show you how to buy at foreclosure auctions such as mortgage foreclosures, tax sales, and real estate owned by lenders. And he will conduct a land auction of some of these distressed properties at the end of each seminar. Don't miss these exciting free lectures. Saturday, March 28th at the Stockton Ramada Inn, 111 East March Lane at El Dorado and March Lane, Stockton. And Sunday, March 29th at the Sacramento Hilton Inn, 220 Harvard, exit I-80 to Arden Way West, Sacramento. The only thing standing in your way to financial independence and security could be the right information.
How do you know which